and shine. It's butt whooping time. Good morning. Welcome to yoga. Thank you for joining me on your mat this morning. It's amazing how just 15 minutes of yoga can really get your body going and feeling great, ready to whoop some butt for the day. Not only that, but it can really change the whole trajectory of the day, just getting you started in the right frame of mind. So let's get going. Release your arms at your side. Take your feet about hip-width distance and parallel with the edges of your mat. Lift and spread your toes. Feel how your legs engage when you do that. Keep your legs strong. Set your toes down. Keep them spread out as you set them down. Good. Keeping your legs engaged, gently hug them in towards each other. And then inhale, get tall from your waistline up to your armpits. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears a little bit. Exhale and back and down your back. Inhale, lift your chin slightly. Exhale, take your throat back. And then breathe here. You can allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. And notice all the space for your breath to flow freely. Take one more inhale, filling all the way up with air. Hold the breath at the top for a moment. Exhale, let it go with a sigh. Blink your eyes open if they're closed. Good morning. Inhale to reach the arms. You can follow your fingers with your gaze looking up. Exhale, the arms wide and down. Hands to heart. Inhale, reaching again. Welcoming a new day. Exhale, your arms wide and down. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach again. This time, keep your arms up as you reach. Hold the right wrist with the left hand and side bend to the left. Send your hips way out to the right. Keep your legs strong. Keep your belly strong. Inhaling to reach. Exhale, side bend to the right. Send your hips way out to the left. Inhaling to reach and then bend your arms. Find this cactus arm position. Inhale, send your heart forward, press your elbows back, broadening your chest. Exhale, give yourself a hug, bow your head in. Inhaling, reach your arms wide again, shine your heart forward. Exhale, the opposite arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Love yourself for the day. Inhale to reach, press your elbows back, and then exhale your arms down, hands back to heart. Good. Come up to the front of your mat if you're not there already. Keep your feet hip-width distance and parallel. And inhale to reach your arms. Let your heart lead the way. Fold forward. Come all the way down, bending your knees. Inhale, come up halfway. Long back. Exhale, fold and plant your hands. Step back to all fours. Find hands and knees. Take your wrists underneath your shoulders. Make your wrist creases parallel with the front of the mat. And your knees are under your hips. And then we'll do a few cat and cows, a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, reach. Drop the belly towards the ground and look forward. Exhale, push the ground away with your hands. Look towards your belly now. Inhaling. Cow pose. It's almost like you're dragging your hands towards your knees. Exhale, push the ground away. Draw your navel towards the spine. Really round your back. One more like this. Come back to a neutral spine. Take your knees back and a little wider. Let's just wake up all the joints by circling the hips. You can make big circles or small circles. You can go fast or slow, whatever really feels good for your body in this moment. Honor yourself and what you need. Switch directions. Keep the breath flowing in and out through your nose. Keep your awareness with your breath. Next time your hips come back towards your heels, sit them all the way back onto your heels. Find child's pose. Keep the arms outstretched for this one. Let the head come towards the mat, maybe onto the mat.
Take a couple more breaths here, just reflecting on how your body's changing as you move and breathe together. Inhale yourself all the way back up to all fours. Walk your knees underneath your hips if they're not there already. Good. And then stretch the right leg back. Stretch the leg back, turn the leg in so all the toes point down, especially the pinky toe. And exhale your knee towards your nose, round your back like cat pose. Maybe give your knee a kiss. Inhale, stretch it long again. And then exhale it all the way up to your hands. Maybe step it to the outside first, and then wiggle it in between your hands. You can make your stance a little wider by taking the knee back in the back. And then push the right heel down into the ground and draw back. So your legs are drawing towards each other. Keep that strength and stability to support you and reach your arms. Get tall, shine your heart forward, maybe find a little back bend. Anjaneya Asana. Take both hands back to the ground, to the inside of the right foot. Wiggle the right foot way off to the right, almost as wide as to the very edge of your mat, really. And then you can turn the foot out a little, like a 45-degree angle maybe. Finding lizard pose, stay on your fingertips so your spine can stay long. And then shine your heart forward again. Push the right heel down and draw back. The left knee is also sliding forward, so your legs are drawing towards each other even here. Maybe you rock onto the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Ooh, waking up the hip. Good morning, hip. Turn the right toes back to the front. Plant both hands and straighten the back leg. The back leg is straight and it's strong. Engage all the muscle of that leg, lifting the leg away from the ground. And then get strong in your hands, and maybe you can step the right foot back all in one motion. If not, just walk yourself back to plank however you want to get there. Good, and then we're going to lower to the ground. Start by lowering your knees. Keep your hips high. Your belly's not going to touch the ground. The next thing to come down is your chest. Knees, chest, and chin come down. Keep your shoulders lifted. And then slide all the way onto your tummy. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, back up to hands and knees. Walk the knees under your hips if they're not there already. Wrist creases are still parallel with the front of the mat. Inhale, stretch the left leg long. Exhale, knee to nose, maybe give it a kiss. Good morning, knee. Inhale, stretch the left leg long. Exhale, step it up to your hands, maybe to the outside first, and then wiggle it in. Take the right knee back a little to lengthen your stance. Come up onto your fingertips to get long in your spine. Push your left heel down into the ground and draw back. Your right knee is drawing forward. Keep all that strength in your legs. Inhale to rise. Maybe just hands to hips. Maybe reach the arms. Maybe the hands touch. You find a little back bend. Anjaneya Asana. Exhale, bring the hands down to the inside of the left foot. Scoochie the left foot way off to the left. And turn it out, maybe 45-degree angle. Good. And then see how my back is rounding? See if you can get long in your spine. Reach from your tailbone out to the crown of your head. Pull your heart forward in between your arms. Maybe rock onto the outside edge of the left foot. Waking up your hip. Good morning, left hip. And then turn the foot forward again. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes under if they're not already, and straighten the right leg in the back. Keep it strong and engaged, lifting it away from the ground. Push both hands down into the ground, draw them towards each other. That really gives you some stability in your upper body and helps you to shoot the left leg back. Plank pose. Lower your knees. Keep your hips high. Sit bones are widening as you lower. Shoulders stay lifted away from the ground, the fronts of the shoulders. Slide onto your belly. Inhaling cobra. This time, exhale all the way back to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. You can come to hands and knees first, and then push up and back. Downward facing dog. In your down dog, take your feet wide as your mat. Bend your knees a lot and send your sit bones up toward the ceiling. Trying to find a curve in your low back. Might not be there in the morning, but you're aiming for it. Good. Keep that, but walk your feet back to hip width distance. Send your sit bones up toward the ceiling. Push down into the knuckle underneath your index finger. Keep the inner hand rooted. Roll your triceps in towards each other. And then you can melt your heart towards your legs. Firing up your downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Wait for an exhale. At the end of the exhale, walk or maybe hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, hands to shins. Come up halfway. Long back. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, come up halfway. Long back. Exhale here. Wait for your next inhale. Stand all the way up. Reaching up. Exhale your arms wide and down. Hands to heart. Good. Take your feet as wide as your mat now. Take your heels in a little bit more than your toes. And you're just gonna sit down to a squat. Malasana. So your elbows are on the inside of your knees. You can use that to push your knees back and shine your heart forward again, even here. Your heart and your thumbs are trying to touch. Good. Malasana is a great pose to do every single day. And then let your hips come all the way to the ground. Find a seat. Hug your shins in. Try to get really tall in your spine. Keep a long spine again. Holding one shin with each hand. Pull your body towards your legs, but peel your shoulders away from your knees. Good. Can you keep all this length, but let go with your hands? Palms facing up. And then slowly start to roll down, maybe one vertebrae at a time. Find your way onto your back. Take a moment here to feel the support of the earth, knowing that it's always here for you, starting your day from this grounded, supported place. Walk your feet really close to your hips, all the way so your heels are underneath your knees. Take your elbows at your sides. Hug your elbows in really close to your sides. Fingers point up toward the ceiling. Push into your heels, push into your elbows, lift your pelvis, lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Once you do that, rock onto one shoulder at a time and roll the other one closer together so that your shoulder blades are now closer together down your back. Keep your arms like this or interlace your fingers. Get your shoulders even more on your back, bridge pose. Push your hands down into the ground or towards the ground. Push your heels down. Lift your hips, lift your chest, broaden your chest. Lift your chin slightly away from your chest. And then exhale to lower. Take the shoulders out, back out. Exhale your knees into your chest gently. Give yourself a hug. Good. And then take your arms out to the side like a T. Let both knees fall to the left. You can gaze back over your right, towards your right hand. Inhale, your knees back to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Gaze towards your left hand. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, hug them in. Rock side to side
Take them out wide towards your armpits. Just stay here or reach for your heels, find happy baby. Shins are vertical. Pull your heels down, kick your feet up into your hands. Again, you can rock side to side a little. Like happy babies do. And then release that. Hug your knees in one more time. If you have time for a nice Shavasana, take your legs long and rest on your back. Otherwise, rock forward and back a few times, all the way up and down the length of your spine. Come all the way up to a seat eventually. And then find a comfortable seat on your mat. You can sit cross-legged or on your knees. And take your hands to your heart center. Just take one more moment here to express your gratitude. Grateful for this new day that you have ahead of you. Grateful for yourself for showing up. For all your fellow yogis. And for this wonderful yoga practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.